and I think it speaks directly to what we're talking about right now. So I put up this post some weeks back that says, a mother can teach you to be responsible, but not how to be responsible for a family. You need a father for that. And I just want to explain the post versus how, our back and forth. So I just want to explain exactly what I mean by the post. And so the dynamic was, I could have put up on my Facebook page the idea that fathers are needed and people would like it and not think about it. And so I placed it in a dynamic because if we're honest about the African American community, the reality is, based on what you just talked about, Latrice, the idea we can get so focused on that money dynamic, whether you are literally in poverty and still having to figure it out every day, or if you move from poverty to having it, you still, as you said, it's still a lack mindset, even though you're doing well. And so you can size up one another, whether that's man or woman, based on how much someone makes. As I just highlighted, throughout human history, what someone makes wasn't the factor in being able to have a family dynamic, but you're highlighting the real reason why that's become the focus. But as Stefan said, what is the extra $50,000 really going to do? It shouldn't have any factor on whether you can be in a family or not. So when I make this post, a mother can teach you to be responsible, but not how to be responsible for a family. You need a father for that. What I'm actually was highlighting specifically was, as we've mentioned time and time again on this broadcast, 82 or 84% of our households in our community are woman-led. Well, if she's there alone without a man at all, then unfortunately the family, the children, are never learning what does it look like for their mother to be taken care of. I'm not talking about him paying all the bills. Take the money out of it. Let's go to the things that matter. The providing of, okay, it's hard enough to raise a family when there are two involved. It's difficult to pull it off, especially if there's several children. So whether it's a single mother or even a single father for this matter, let me be very clear about this post, even though I put it in the context of needing a father. Whether it's a single mother or a single father. While my mother was an amazing single mother, while there are a lot of people who are an amazing single parents, if you will, well, your children, unless you have other family structured around you in a village, which many of us don't have anymore, your children are not learning the dynamic of what does it look like when father looks out for mother or mother looks out for father. That's a dynamic they will have to learn elsewhere if you don't have an example inside the home. That was the bigger point of this conversation. So, yes, a mother can teach your children responsibility, but they won't see a father taking care of her. And so with a lot of us as boys, seeing our mother do every damn thing, we don't grow into the natural space of what it looks like to take care of a woman. We start dating women expecting her to do everything our mother did because our mother still found her best way to take care of us and clean after us, especially as boys, if you will. And so since that was the normal dynamic and our mother is our world, we go out into the world with a false sense of what a woman should be capable of doing. So we don't think nothing about 50-50 and still wanting that woman to do all the duties. We have no concept of how unfair that might be if I'm trying to start a family with this woman. So that was the dynamic of that post. And again, as you said, Latrice, it's natural for us to get caught up in what somebody makes, but it has nothing to do with what I would say are the natural roles of who's protecting mama, who's protecting her. Because it should be your father. That's the natural dynamic that we've always learned in. Your thoughts, Queen,